And at the end of my video on Tuesday, I explained that the new generation Kenworth T680 was not yet available, but is coming soon, and the next day it was released. So we have well, we've kind of butchered the model. We've given it a trademark yellow paint rather than stuck with the very nice colors that it comes with. And I also updated the Steele Productions Engine Pack to be compatible with this truck. So under the hood today, we do not have the MX13, and we're not using the TX12 transmission, which is what the truck comes with as standard from Kenworth. But no, we're using a Cummins X15 Performance, a 565 today, together with an Eaton Endurant HD, a 12-speed, with a 308 final drive. So this is more power and a little shorter gearing than the highest performing MX13 that you can get. Let's go ahead and start the engine. It is a rather pretty truck, I will say, and let's take a quick look around it. Yeah, I'm using the console, and that's just adjusted my ride height, but that's okay. Let's put it back to where it should be. So yeah, it's a pretty truck. It's hard to say it's not. It's a very stylish looking machine, and there has been at least one T680 new generation model available in the game. It's kind of a shame in some ways that SCS produce trucks, I guess, that have already got mods, but then what else are they going to do? Alright, well, let's go ahead and jump in the cabin. I'm not going to spend that much time looking at the interior because there are lots of videos about this. Let's just turn the lights on. So we have LED headlights today, so that should give me a pretty good view of the road, at least nice and bright. And we have this weird mirror camera arrangement. So I say weird. It could take a bit of getting used to. Big yawn from me, I'm sorry. The benefit there, well, it's a display rather than a mirror, so there are benefits to visibility here. One nice feature, I don't have hood mirrors, so if I were to have something stuck on the corner of the windshield, at least it wouldn't get in the way there. But I gotta say, I'm really not gonna need that because I've got GPS on the dashboard. Speaking of the dash, it is part analog gauges on the right and part digital display on the left. We can cycle through, I think, 3 or 4 options. There's nothing showing here. Let's zoom in and take a look. What am I actually seeing here? So that's my air oil coolant. That's fine. Mileage. That's quite a comprehensive display. I quite like that. Whether I'd use that on the road. And then this one, there's nothing showing. And this one, there's nothing showing. It might be showing 3 hours 26 to the... Yes, it is. Okay. So the very bottom right number next to the trip is showing the distance to my destination. That's quite a nice touch. Well, I'm going to stick with this for now. Let's go ahead and turn that off. I've got a 200-mile trip. Hang on, how long have I got? 8 hours to do it in, give or take. So won't be a problem today. Let's go ahead and make like a tree and get on out of here. My lights on. Yes, they are. So here's an interesting snippet that I picked up, and I've only driven this for 27 miles. This is me driving off with the windows closed. It's kind of quiet. I mean, it's hard to tell. Let's open the windows. Big difference in noise there. Big difference. So I'm guessing that SCS have deliberately tuned the model so that it's quiet inside. Do I like that? I mean, yes, it's kind of nice. And in the real world, it's very nice. But it's the biggest difference between windows up and windows down I've ever heard. Let's go ahead and shut those windows. That's much nicer. Now the Eaton Endurant HD and the Packard TX12, they are essentially the same transmission packs. Packard even badge engineer the Eaton Endurant for their trucks. So We could argue that we're using a TX12, but with a different final drive. This is not bad as far as efficiency goes, but it's definitely more tuned for performance compared to the standard TX12. But then the engine needs a few more revs to perform. We're holding a 31,000 pound trailer today, so it's not particularly strenuous for the truck. And I'm going to try and make good time. Let's jump back in the wagon here, I think. Well, this weather might be closing in. Oh yeah, I'm doing too fast. Quiet engine brake. Well, the standard MX13 that comes with this DLC from SCS doesn't change down, but I believe my particular engine does. Well, I mean, so far so good. I could power down the windows and we'll hear how noisy it really is. And this lighting is beautiful. What's the time? Just after yeah, it's 8 p.m. So on the dashboard on the left-hand side, it's showing 20:03, so 3 minutes past 8.
Turn left.
I suppose one might say, or rather ironically, it's 8:07 in freedom time and 20:08 everywhere else. And yes, I know I didn't stop, but oh dear. Right, it's gonna put this thing through its paces. Want to get it up to 30 fairly briskly. I did play around with this with the MX13. I like that engine. It's got a nice torque curve, and I just wanted to mix it up, partly because I could, by using my own engine definition. Oh, the brakes are pretty sensitive. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Yeah, looks good from the right. Looks good from the left even. Can't get me lefts and rights mixed up. Alright, let's get up to 55. So today's drive will qualify as one of the Gold Rush Steam achievements or accomplishments, which is to deliver 10 loads from the Namik company at the gold mine. I believe that that's where it was. I mean, hey, if I'm not, it won't qualify. So I've been looking at my Steam statistics for this year, and I've managed 125 accomplishments. Not all of those are going to be in ATS. There we go. 55 is 1100 revs in top gear, which is pretty much perfect. Oh, look at this lighting. It's pretty much perfect for what I'm trying to do with this engine today. Gonna use the engine brake here. Yeah, I get my speed down to 45. Don't want to get busted speeding. See, I was looking at my Steam accomplishments, and I've got quite a few left in American Truck Simulator. And I've never particularly tried to chase those accomplishments. But it'd be nice to knock out a couple before the year is out. Oh, timing was reasonable. Now, I strongly suspect that people are going to critique the new generation T680 because you can't actually do much to the truck. If you've got a mod, you can change it. So I'm able to change the engines and gearboxes. You can change barely anything about how the truck looks. You can change the color, you can change the engine, and a few of the sort of aero bits and pieces you can sort of add or remove, like the front spoiler. You can have the aero version, or you can have the non-aero, and the side deflectors and the rear deflector. You can change things. Oh, that's interesting. So I'm using adaptive cruise control today, and it thought I was picking up on someone. Oh, I see. It's actually anticipating ahead.
Go straight.
I wonder if it will stop me. Yeah, I think it is. Well, that's good. So that 50 miles an hour is the highest speed that it will reach if you're using cruise control. Let's go ahead and use the parking brake here. I haven't used the adaptive cruise control function that much. I love the idea of it, but the implementation I never thought was, let's just say, was not as robust as I would have liked. And there are times when you may wish to accelerate and close the gap behind someone, Well, I guess it means I'm driving too close if it doesn't let me do that. But that's to help me get up a hill. And adaptive doesn't really do that. This engine's certainly keen to rev. Let's tap the cruise back up to 55. I've also enabled traction control and ABS. I usually drive with those turned off. Makes it a little more interesting to control. But I decided I'll turn it on. This is a new generation truck. And see on the right hand side there's that sort of orange light just in front of the camera. That is a collision avoidance system, and that will trigger an alert if there's something that it thinks I'm about to hit. This steering is kind of sensitive.
Do you even listen to me?
Yeah, alright, Doug. So far I am happy with the experience. The fact that the camera's a low light, it's a little disorientating. That might be frustrating as from a driver's perspective. Let's go ahead and turn left here. And if I try and indicate right, will it recognize that there's someone there? Yes, it does. So that very loud noise tells me that, hey, there's something next to me. Don't want to run into it. Should work on the left, but there's nothing there right now, so yeah, that is kind of annoying. Which of course is the point of it. Now I'm going to have to turn right up here, so I'm going to have to basically make a space, but maybe it will help me. But what I was trying to say was those displays, they might be a little bit bright at night. The fact that you can see really well at night, it means that they're going to be brighter. Okay, let's go ahead and turn off. Okay, I avoided annoying everyone with the proximity alert. Not quite a red alert. Traffic incidents today and rain are set at 33%, so that there's a chance of rain, and that's interesting. I cannot get onto the freeway where I wanted to, or the interstate or tollway, so what am I going to do? Wow. Well, I'm gonna have to. Can I go north? Yeah, I can. Okay, I can go north, and then double back on myself. With all this congestion, that's a right pain. Looks like I might need those 8 hours after all. Let's just check on this map here. Yeah, head north, head to Colorado Springs, and then cut through, and then hopefully you can get back there. But I got to go south to Raton. Worst case is. Wow, I mean, there's not really a better way of doing that. I'm just going to have to do... I'll set a waypoint, and... Alright, that'll make it easier. So I'm still 3 hours away. Okay. Oh, choose my e-brake there. So is this truck ruined by this color? Well, I don't think so, because I like yellow, but... the purists might say it's most definitely ruined. I don't know. Is it ruined by having a Cummins under the hood as opposed to a Packard? Again, I don't think so, but I'm taking artistic liberty with the model, shall we say. And I can't even see my light. Oh, I guess I'll switch to this view then. That doesn't help either. There we go. I'll have to use this view so I can tell when the light goes to green. There we go. Okay. So I really want to make a bit of progress here. So let me ease up here. Now this engine has it's 1850 torques. As Jeremy Clarkson would say from Top Gear, the original Top Gear series, and the later Top Gear. So that's going to help me get up hills and stuff like that. There is another 565 variant of the X15, and that has 2050 foot-pounds of torque. Now, that's too much for a normal Endurant HD transmission to cope with. They're rated up to 1850. Correct me if I've got my understanding wrong. But most of the Endurant transmissions are rated at 1850 at most. Some have got a lower rating. You really need an 18 speed for more torque, or you have an engine that will give you less torque in the lower gears. And I'm not using a multi-torque engine today. Let's try and hold it at 35. Has a really quiet engine brake. I mean, it's a little noisy because it's revving much, but it's wonderful and noisy. It's very social, shall we say. That said, I haven't tried it with the windows down. So we'll give that a go in just a second. That is loud. By comparison. The stars are most definitely coming out. Okay, I'm going to get to... I guess people turning left will get to go next. Oh, okay. Go to the left-hand lane anyway, just up here. Let me activate the engine brake, and then when I lift off, the engine brake will trigger. Yeah, it's kind of noisy. But it's nowhere near as bad as the older style engine brakes. Let's go ahead and pop those back up. Oh, that's such a difference. It's such a pleasant environment with the windows shut versus with the windows down. It's just noisy. Okay. Fairly quick detour then. Hopefully that's the only diversion that I have. But really shouldn't tempt fate because, well, just because. Be nice if it rained, I'd get to see the wipers, but I could just turn them on anyway. Not going to though. Let's kill the power. Let's coast up to these lights. Well, my average mileage so far is just 5 miles per gallon. This engine is capable, depending on the cargo and how you drive, oof, around that yellow, of 6 to 7 miles per gallon. Maybe closer towards 6 than 7. The efficiency series, if driven with the right gearing, is capable of more than 8 without too much difficulty. And if you're happy to cruise at 55, again with the right gearing, that certainly helps. You can push it up to 9 or over 9 miles per gallon. Of course, you have to be a little patient with that. That does not mean hooning around at 75 everywhere. But if you're in California or happy to do 55 to 65, you get pretty good efficiency, or miles per gallon I should say. With this cargo only being 31,000 pounds, that's going to help mileage today, but with me in a bit of a hurry, that's going to hinder. Oh, bit of a stutter there. Let's see if it will shift up. Yes, it will. And let's ease off the power. Let's let it coast to a halt to these lights again. Every time you coast, you're kind of not using any fuel whatsoever, and that's very good for efficiency. If you come to a long hill and you're able to coast down it, it makes a big difference to your overall fuel consumption. I wonder if I can change my display. I can see a bit more information here. Excuse me. Not really. Yeah, I'm not seeing much at all. I think my air pressure's gone up to 123, but I would expect that. My torque output, that's interesting. Let's watch. Okay, dashboard, speedometer, it's the leftmost gauge, it's on the bottom left. I'll just show is a measurement of how hard the engine's working, I guess. So it's kind of like boost pressure, maybe? It's tough to get up to 55, and we're using, it looks like 2/3 of torque. I'm going to lift off the power again because we've got a right-hand turn that we're coming up to.
And then turn right.
Let's let it coast up to here. It'll tell the world where we're going. I'm not using the Peterbilt sound effects right now. I was earlier on. That's a Z-Mods premium mod. I often use it, but I disabled it. I had some issues getting the truck to work with my profile, my main profile, and I suspect that something else had corrupted my game files, because I removed all the mods and it still didn't work. So I put some mods back in. Oh, steer left a little bit. Put some mods back in, and that I got the thing going. And I lost the will. I really want to make some content tonight. Okay, so let's give it a squeeze of power here. Slip into the left-hand lane. Yeah, these mirrors is kind of weird to have such a bright view of what's going on behind me. Quite authentic though. Kill the power again. Got a tight right-hand corner, and then we switch back underneath myself. So I may use a bit of engine brake coming up. I wonder if we ever see anything on the fuel restriction. The right-hand gauge at the top above the miles per gallon, which is now ticked up to 5.2. Okay, take this nice and slow. This is a brand new truck. Don't really want to brake anything, at least not yet. And back on the power. This engine is certainly keen to rev, but I would kind of expect that. But it will also lug. It'll pull from 1,000 RPM, and it's a very capable engine. Most of the time, I prefer the efficiency engine because, well, it's designed for efficiency. And why am I killing all my speed? Well, I'm not killing it. It's doing it for me. It must have detected something and thought I was going to run into it. Move it to the left-hand lane. That's going to destroy my fuel efficiency. Got constant braking. That's not good. Alright, let's get my speed up to 50, 75 even. Yeah, it's accelerating very nicely. I mean, this is a probably 55,000 pound gross weight, and it's kind of slipping through 70 right now fairly easily. So 75 at 1500 revs, I would be happy with that. And the adaptive cruise, if this vehicle we're following, this truck, is doing slower, we will we'll just tuck in behind him and match his speed. But I may just pull out. I wanna make progress here. Got 2 hours to go, and we
Slow down.
Oh, I see. Let's see, we dropped 5 miles an hour, but
Keep left.
okay, let's get the speed down. Now that's interesting. So I'm looking at the navigation display, and I see the time at the top right, 10:52 right now, and then underneath is the map, and then underneath there, the bottom, on the left-hand side, we've got S for south. Oh, I'm speeding again. On the right-hand side is our time to go, which is also reflected in the dashboard as well. So currently 1 hour 45 minutes. I mean, you'd kind of expect them to integrate features like that, but not many standard trucks have it. You can get dashboard mods that have its information. I think you can get them for the GPS unit as well. It's nice to have them included. And instantaneous fuel consumption is over 9 to the gallon at 55, but I would expect it to be instantaneously over 9. We're not really working this engine hard. It's showing us, well, it looks like 1/4 torque output. I'm about to pump it back up to 65, like so. And my torque is at the 50%. Seems a little sus. Well, either way, we're going to go up to 75 if it lets me, and if we catch this truck or vehicle in front of us, we'll end up matching speed. And that'd be nice to at least see how well the adaptive cruise works after a couple of updates since it was introduced. Yeah, no shortage of power from this engine. we are tasking it with accelerating this this full weight truck, or not quite full weight, this 60,000 pound estimated weight truck through 70. That's a lot of wind resistance. Okay, there we go. So we're catching up the vehicle in front, and it's kind of like reducing power. Yeah, I guess it's doing 70. No, now it's slowed down. See, that's kind of frustrating because it still feels like we're some distance back. But that probably reflects that I've driven in Texas for too long and I'm used to tailgating other vehicles for too long. And really I want to move out left, but it's going even slower. I don't want to get in the way of this Peterbilt or Kenworth coming up my left-hand flank. But if I were to use my indicator, it would beep at me, so the modern trucking experience. Let's see, when's it going to shift up to 12th? 55, 57. There we go, 61. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and merge to the left-hand lane. See if we can spook it by going behind this Honda. Nope, wasn't spooked. And something spooked it, then we dropped down to 60. Now the Honda is probably doing 70, 75, so it should let us accelerate up a hill. Okay. Okay, that's much better. So such a good view of the truck behind me in, oh really? Gonna say such a good view of the road and the truck behind me in the cameras. But then I got distracted because I was breaking the speed limit again.
Keep left.
Actually, 30 minutes to go, so I guess I'll, if the speed limit goes up, I'll just stick at 65, and it has gone back up, and I'm not going to bother accelerating. It's gone back down again. I'm not going to bother changing speed because I'm practically at my destination. And every time you accelerate, you just kind of throw diesel out the back. So if you accelerate and then cruise for a long distance at a cruising speed, great. That's fairly efficient. But if you're going up and down the speed, especially if you use the brakes or the engine brake, oops, shouldn't touch the mic. And we've got to stop. Okay. That's fair enough. At least now we actually get to see if I really do weigh 55 to 60,000 pounds.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Let's get off that. This guy is empty, so I wonder why they pulled him in. Well, probably just an inspection. Okay. Why, mate? Brand new. Yeah, 61,000 pounds. Okay. That's a little heavier than I thought. So maybe the T680 is a bit chunky. I mean, I can't imagine it would be. It looks substantial. But surely it's got some lightweight components in there, and glass fiber this, and aluminium that. Well, I don't know. And we're actually on, it looks like, on the highway for just one exit, and then we're straight off. So I'll set cruise at 55 and kill the cruise. I'll just let it coast. My trip is showing 5.4 to the gallon, which is a little lower than I would have liked, but I was changing speed a lot. Stretching to 75, down to 55. Yeah.
Turn right.
Okay. On the brake. Yep, that's looking good. I didn't use main beam yet. Let's try. Okay, that's a pretty broad beam. I'll try that in just a few seconds when this SUV has gone past me. Okay, it's not quite as broad as I thought it was. It's not bad. This is going to flash me, I'm sure of it. Oh, no it's not. Must be a pretty steep hill if it's revving it out to 1900 revs. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. Well, another stutter from the game there.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Andrew, I haven't given my computer a reboot for about a week, and that does make a difference.
Turn left.
Come on, come on, come on. Stay green, stay green, stay green, stay green. Yes, I'm through. Oh, come on, sunshine. I could get used to this engine roar. I wonder where this tank is going. Oops. Brake hard enough to shuffle everything towards the front of the cabin. One of the least useful stop signs in the entire game, because you want me to stop and give way to what now? Okay. I guess this power generator is going here in the left to the rail export.
Turn left.
So
Turn left.
I see where we're going to deliver it. Just up here
It's
next
all
to
over
this
now.
equipment on the left. Okay. So these wing mirrors, now I think about it, they're much more like car mirrors than pretty much any other truck that I've seen in the game. I still think it's a little unusual to have a combination of displays and mirrors, but it works. I mean, they do stick out quite a bit, but you'd expect that. And I'm not properly lined up, so let me try and get that a little neater. Here. Let's do that. It shouldn't be too difficult to get this lined up. Famous last words. My reversing skills are not the greatest in the world, shall we say. Sometimes I don't think I understand the fundamentals. But here, I think we're probably close enough. We're a little bit left of the box, but okay, yeah, close enough. Alright, let's go ahead and shut the truck down and check to see how well we did. Impressions of this truck then, I like it. I think it's a very sharp looking piece of kit. It looks, you know, take the original T680, give it a nice suit and some sunglasses, and you've got the new generation T680. Limited mods or limited standard stuff you can do to the truck. It looks the same, you can change the color, but that is by design. If you watch the SCS live stream, you'll see that they talk all about that. But I like it. And I'm looking forward to when they expand upon the model and we get all the different cabins and maybe some more transmissions and engine options and some more trim packages. That would be quite nice. Meanwhile, 5.6 miles per gallon over 200 miles. That is not the greatest for efficiency, but I wasn't really driving for efficiency. I just wanted to go ahead and enjoy the truck. Speaking of enjoying stuff, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. And if you have, you should know exactly what to do. Like and subscribe. Well, you know what? You can do either. It's fine. If you didn't like it, go ahead and click dislike. If you want to leave me a comment as to let me know why, that appreciates it, because the next time I'll make something better. Maybe. But, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much, everyone. Take care. Goodbye.